say, such brilliant speakers and such thought-provoking discussions. Having said that, I would not like to test your patience and come straight away to our company, Alba. I represent Alba Smart from the Alba group of companies, and I'm going to talk about security and safety. They're the most, I would say, precious passengers that we transfer from school to home and home to school. When we started doing the market survey, we were shocked with the outcome of the findings. There were no compliances on safety and security. The GPS, CCTV, the so-called systems installed in buses are working in isolation. They work, they do not work, nobody gets to know. There are no background checks done for drivers or the attendants who ferry your children to home and back. Most of the time, third-party operators operate buses, and let me tell you, they're not very professional. Logistic operations are a nightmare. We still follow Excel sheets to assign students to buses or staff to buses. Of course, parents, they're always complaining. They don't get to know updates. When the route changes, when the bus has a breakdown, or whether the child has boarded the school or not. Looking into all these things, we are not surprised why disasters keep happening. This is what we have been facing over the last couple of years. Mr. Amol Arora, he mentioned about vans. And let me tell you, I was shocked to find children sitting on CNG tanks. They are sitting on a bomb. There are no compliances whatsoever with respect to driving skill sets, behavior of drivers. And the biggest problem that we also analyzed was that young people do not want to take up driving. And people who are older, they are hard-pressed to drive DTC buses or drive private vehicles where they get better paid. So imagine a driver who's earning 10 to 12,000 rupees driving a bus which is carrying 56 kids, and he's talking on phone or probably smoking a cigarette. Some of the issues which came to our notice, we said there has to be something that looks and addresses the stakeholders involved. So the stakeholders over here is the transport vehicle, obviously, safety and security of the vehicle, to ensure the fitness checks, the driver and assistant, of course, the background checks, verifications, which need to be done. Security and safety, we realize schools, they do not do deep dive into what kind of equipment they are choosing. CCTV lagane ka hai, jaise marzi lagane ka hai. Nobody goes into the thing whether this CCTV is transport grade or not. How is it integrated with GPS? It is not. Is there a fire extinguisher in the bus? I would say in 80% of the cases, they are not. Or if they are there, they don't work. School management, assigning routes, assigning staff to the buses, route optimization, these things are actually suffering. Parents, guardians, their main concern is primarily the safety and security of the child. The moment they hand over the child to the school bus or the van, they think it's the responsibility of the school, whereas schools have outsourced it to the bus operators. So there is a big gap out there. What we realized that we have to integrate the complete solution to come onto a seamlessly integrated platform. So we have come up with Bus OK, which looks into all these different stakeholders and brings onto a single platform, which is seamlessly integrated. Driver checks are done. We ask parents to give performance ratings like the way you do for Uber riders. These guys who are driving buses probably 8 or 10 hours a day, they are doing a thankless job. They need to be appreciated. Nobody understands this. They're only being scrutinized for their salary. But let me tell you, these guys are the most hardworking guys who are driving the buses. They need to be appreciated. So we have an option where the parents can actually give a performance rating to the driver. Parents and guardians, they have an app wherein they can get to know when the bus is arriving at the bus stop. They get to know when the child has boarded the bus. To ensure that this system works, we do not expect the school authorities to have a dedicated resource to look into this various tracking of buses. So we have a central monitoring station. So we have come on the central monitoring station from our background of working in the professional security environment. We set up our first CMS in Bangalore, where we are currently monitoring close to 3,500 branches of banks. This is going on for the last 4 years. So we have taken the same concept and brought it to school. So we have a central monitoring station which monitors the uptime of the systems installed into the system, into the bus. So there are different kind of alarms that are generated from the system. Some of them are looked after by ourselves, by our team, to ensure the uptime is there. Evidence is available when needed. We have an app for the assistant which goes into the bus, and there is also a possibility of a RFID integration in case there is no assistant in the bus. So the campus module gives you all these facilities of bus route planning, route optimization, responsive communication and actions, and driving behavior performance. We do handholding for the transport team or the admin team that does this data upload. So a normal Excel sheet can be directly uploaded onto the system. The campus admin reports, updates have interactive formats, so you can actually get to know where exactly the school bus is at that point of time, how many riders are there, how many buses are there, how many parents are logged into the system, and in case there are any responses coming from the assistant in the bus. What we use in the buses is transport-grade hardware. So it's kind of a black box which is in an aircraft. So it's the same kind of a black box that we put into the bus. The recording is sealed. The GPS SIM card is sealed. This unit can stand heat of close to 100 degrees, and it's a splash-proof device. And on top of it, in case there are any critical alarms, these are uploaded onto the cloud. So we have redundancy built into the system. The advanced telematics integrates the GPS with the mobile DVR. So you do not need to have a separate GPS device. The MDVR, or the black box, has GPS built in. Surveillance is designed for transport. The cameras that are there, they are with the Gorilla Glass, so nobody can tamper with the cameras. The real time is provided, feed directly to the school. At the same time, we also monitor it at the central monitoring station. And as I mentioned, there is a cloud backup of alarms 20 seconds prior to an incident or 20 seconds after the incidents. So how we do, we actually categorize a SOP, standard operating procedures. In such a case, the uptime is maintained by our team. We do not notify to the school authorities, but in case of a critical alarm, for example, the bus has met with an accident, or a child has got dehydrated in the bus, or the bus has taken a deviation route, these critical alarms, although are visible to the school authorities on their terminal, but at the same time, our guys are there monitoring these alarms and immediately call up the school authorities on an escalation metrics. Real-time tracking, 60 days of recording is there available just to ensure that we do not lose out any evidence. The Ride Assistant app, as I mentioned, takes care of checking in and checking out of the students. We can also integrate access readers at the school entry and the exit, so even the parents get to know that when the child has entered the school and when he has exited the school. So there are kind of like 4 notifications which a parent gets. The time he boards the bus, the time he gets off the bus, the time he gets into the school, and the time he gets out of the school. All these 4 alerts are coming to the app to the parents. Of course, notifications with respect to breakdown on the bus are also provided. Vehicle maintenance checks are also provided. These are some of the snapshots which are there of the app. This is available on both Android and iOS. The tracking app for parents lets you know what time the bus is reaching the bus stop. These are some of the snapshots for the tracking app. The central monitoring station is also a help desk. In case the parents are not able to get in data, we take the onus, the responsibility and accountability of ensuring that the parents are notified in case they are not able to get access to the data. Performance monitoring, as I mentioned, the uptime is our responsibility. And let me tell you, gentlemen, we've had a fantastic response. We are today, in a way, changing systems installed about 2 years back or 3 years back because the schools are now realizing that those systems are actually junk. They were taken up probably as a knee-jerk reaction of some incident which took place without realizing what they're buying. Operation efficiency and peace of mind, that's what we are looking at with Bus OK. It takes care of safety, security, tracking, and operations. My presentation could have been more technical. I've tried to keep it simple. To make it more simpler, we have a small video which I would ask the moderator to play, which will actually tell you how simple the operation works.
The biggest concern for most parents today is the safety of their child while traveling to school and back. School transport management, though seems simple, requires several levels of checks and monitoring ability and enables real-time management of manpower and events. Going to school, a safe and secure journey with Bus OK. Avni's mom gets notified in the morning 15 minutes before arrival of the bus. Avni, are you ready? Your bus is coming. The ride assistant checks in Avni at Vasant Kunj bus stop using the Ride Assistant app. The bus has reached the school and a shot of live tracking and video surveillance of the bus route is visible on the screens of school administration. A notification is sent to all the parents of students once the children deboard the bus. Bus OK Transport Management Solution addresses all concerns with real-time transport-grade CCTV with up to 60 days recording, integrated GPS, SOS switches and 3G or 4G connectivity. Back-end application hosted on secure cloud servers for school management. Ride Assistant app to manage boarding and deboarding. The fitness of the entire solution is monitored by Alba Smart CMS to ensure uptime. Alba Smart brings an integrated approach to address school transport management. Peace of mind for parents and complete control for the school administration. Bus OK. Ride safe every day.
With that, I would like to thank you all for being so patient. My team members are there.